It is a singular honor for the Portland Chamber and me to welcome Maine's 73rd Governor-elect, the Honorable Paul LePage.
Thank you. You know, Tuesday night, we hung around the Champions in Waterville till about 3 in the morning, hoping we were going to have a celebration. And it took until about, I think it was 11:15 on Wednesday when we were told that Elliott had conceded and that we were pronounced the winner. I will tell you, yesterday, I looked at a map of the state of Maine, and the state has truly turned red, not only as a state, but we successfully won 12 of the 16 counties. And of that, the House and the Senate is going to be in the hands of Republicans for the first time in my lifetime, I believe. But that's not the real story. The real story is the Maine people have spoken, and they've spoken loud and clear, that they want the state of Maine to get out of the cellar in business climate. And I believe that that's what our mission is, and that's where we're going to be going. We are going to bring Maine on the map of prosperity. During the campaign, I said many times that we are going to have a transparent government and that we wanted to televise all public hearings in our debate on the House and the floor, the House and the Senate, sorry, and so people could be close to government. I intend to do that. I intend to have a cabinet meeting in a different county, different community every month, and we're going to bring government to the people. And I am, as I said I would, going to be in the governor's office for at least the first 6 months, every Saturday, to entertain guests from the citizens of the state of Maine. And what we've done, because Maine is such a large state, what we are going to do is in those 4 hours, we're going to take 1 hour aside and we're going to do teleconferencing with people in the state of Maine. I will take calls and questions for people that are all over the state, because not everybody's expected to come from Fort Kent to Augusta on a Saturday morning. So we are going to be entertaining questions, comments, suggestions, and we are going to act on them, because this time around, and I pledge to you, it's going to be people ahead of politics. I spent several hours yesterday reaching across the aisle and speaking to the Democrats, some of the leaders in the Democratic Party, some of the newly elected state senators and representatives. And it is very important that we get off on a good foot, and that is to find the common ground that we all have and solve those problems early, and then move on to the bigger issues and those that we have differences, and to negotiate an area so that we can pass legislation that meets the needs of Maine people. Now, later today, we're going to announce the leaders of our transition team, but that's only the beginning. In order to find the right people for the right jobs, we need people like yourselves to get us suggestions, some names, and people that you believe would do well in working for the state of Maine. And we said during the campaign that I do not have a list of people that are coming with me. There's very few in our, well, first of all, we had a very small staff. Most of it was volunteers throughout the state. And so we're going to need some names of people so that we can look at resumes and find the skills sets that we need for the different agencies that we need to run in the next 4 years. So that's going to be very important. There's one position that is a constitutional position, and quite frankly, throughout the whole course of the campaign, I never thought I'd be saying this because we knew that the Senate was looking good, but to turn the House over and get a majority is really an early Christmas gift for the state of Maine, that is. Bruce Poliquin, I'm going to recommend, and I'm asking both sides and everyone to really take a hard look to have him as our state treasurer, because that would be the first time in recent history, in my lifetime, that we would have a state treasurer who's actually has the credentials to run the monies for the state of Maine. And Bruce is here this morning, and if any of you can urge our elected officials to really give Bruce a very, very serious look, because I think it's really high time that we get the right people in the right jobs so we can move Maine ahead. It really struck home. We campaigned for 15 months saying the business climate in Maine was very bad. But it wasn't until the last 2 or 3 weeks when Forbes came out and had us dead last in business climate, 48 in regulatory environment, and 47th in cost of doing business, that I think it really struck home to everyone. We need to get out of the cellar. We need to move Maine ahead. So this morning we're going to have a press conference. We're going to announce 3 or 4 key people that are going to help us through the transition. And then next week we're going to fill in a lot more positions. Basically, this is what we're going to be doing. And I invite you all to weigh in. We need to understand from the private sector what are the obstacles that you're facing every day, industry by industry, so that we can sit down in January and say we have to remove these obstacles so people can go to work. People, the risk takers, the entrepreneurs, and the job creators can put people to work and know that government is on their side, not the adversary. If I do nothing else in the next 4 years, we're going to have a different climate in dealing with business. It's not going to be business as usual. It's going to be, you want to put people to work, how can we help you? And so with that, I will let you finish your breakfast. And please, if you have any suggestions, we want to hear about it, because this is not a one-man deal. This is Maine people working together and putting Maine people ahead of politics. Thank you.